Welcome to our live interview with the writers from the Denton Record-Chronicle, powered in part by Classic of Denton. Hey everybody, thanks very much for tuning in with us here at DentonRadio.com. Like every Monday, we sit down with writers from the Denton Record-Chronicle to get a little update from the oracles of information themselves. We may talk sports, we may talk business, we may talk events, and today we are most definitely talking events with the queen of all things events, Miss Lucinda Breeding. What's going on?
Well, guys, we are right around the corner from Memorial Day weekend, and I think we all know what that means. That means that water fun, boating, swimming, all of that is just around the corner.
Yeah.
And schools are getting out in about, 2 weeks now. So there are going to be a lot of youngins looking for a way to spend these long Texas summer days. And so I just wanted to put this in perspective for everybody. The state of Texas has almost 400 miles of coastline.
Wow.
And shoot, we're all within a day's drive of a beach. And I don't know how many lakes there are in Texas, but we've got Lewisville Lake, Ray Roberts Lake. And then when you start thinking about all of the swimming pools in Denton, probably a couple of hundred swimming pools.
Very good point.
And then if you even think of the inflatable temporary pools, we might have a couple of thousand pools. So I think if you have some kids, or if you're going to be hosting some children this summer, please consider swimming lessons if you have any children or any adults in your household who aren't swimmers. You never know if you send your son or daughter out to play with some of the neighborhood kids, they might end up in a backyard with a pool.
True.
And they might not have, we used to call them floaties.
Right.
I think they call them water wings now. But I think it's really important for Denton residents who have children, who are thinking about having children, even have really young children, teach those kids how to swim. And Denton Parks and Recreation teaches swimming lessons all year round. They have a bumper crop of swimming lessons available throughout the summer.
Cool.
And we're talking about like 6-month-olds. And if you're in high school or older and you're not really in love with the idea of maybe taking a public swimming class, they also offer private and semi-private lessons. And, they're fairly affordable. I think there's no price you can put on your life.
Sure.
There's a lot of coastline. There are a lot of boating coming up. And in Denton, the Parks and Rec Department make it really easy and affordable for you to have your children learn how to swim, for adults to learn how to swim. And obviously, if you're going to go out on Memorial Day weekend and you're going to be out in a boat, obviously you're going to wear your life jacket and drink responsibly. But it's always, always, always great to know how to swim. You're not going to forget. It's like riding a bike.
Right.
And like I said, there are so many backyard pools. And even, the temporary pools that people blow up and put hundreds of gallons in, that could still be a safety issue. But it doesn't have to be, because our Parks and Rec Department, our Waterworks Park and Denton Natatorium, which are also opening in earnest on about May 19th. They really get into the swing of things on Memorial Day weekend and then open for the summer. So if you're going to be by the poolside, if you're going to be out at Waterworks Park, knowing the basics of swimming is really, it just couldn't be more important.
Well, and it opens you up to so many more activities that we have available here.
Yeah, and also it opens you up to activities in Denton that you might not necessarily think of as being like summer activities, like the kayaking, some of the camping that Parks and Rec does.
Yeah.
If you know how to handle yourself in water that's over your head, you're golden.
Yeah.
It's just so important. So don't hesitate. The natatorium is located at 2400 Long Road, which is sort of out there. It's out by the big football complex, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. So it's kind of out off the loop. So it might be a little bit of a drive for you, especially if you're in, South Denton. And also, if you're not ready yet to get the kids into swimming lessons, or maybe if you have a child who might have some special needs and you really need to do a little more research, Denton just opened its first spray ground in Carl Gene Young Senior Park in Southeast Denton.
Cool.
And so now, if you please just check with Denton Time on Thursday, we'll have the hours for the spray ground park. It's totally free. You know, there is an admission for the Civic Center pool. There is an admission cost for Denton Waterworks Park. But if you've got little ones and they're just everyone's hot,
right.
Now we have the little splash pad spray ground.
That's cool.
And that's free. And so there are a lot of options. There's a lot of ways to keep cool in Denton this summer. But I just can't stress enough. It's so important to know how to swim yourself, and to give your children the opportunity to learn how to swim. Once they get those basics down, you know, and they might end up wanting to join the swim team.
True,
you know,
true.
the civic swim team. They might want to really work on their strokes. You know,
Yeah.
but just knowing how to get from point A to point B in a pool, knowing how to get yourself, you know, out of the water, knowing how to help somebody else out of the water. It just makes summer in Denton that much safer. And I think we all want a safe Denton.
I agree.
So
very, very cool. Well, lots of great water activities around the Denton area. If so, swim lessons are a must, which is very,
Yes.
very cool, and it opens you up to a lot of cool stuff that's going on if you want to cool down on what's probably going to be a pretty warm summer.
yes. And we will have, in this week's Denton Time, we'll have the address, the times, and all of the admission prices in a box. And it's just I'm gonna call it Cooling Off this Summer. That headline might get changed, but it'll either be on it definitely will be on our brand new website. I don't know. Some of you we've had a few hiccups with our new website, but that always happens, right?
Sure.
But we do have a brand new website, same address. So you can always this Thursday check out Denton Time under the entertainment tab, or if you're a subscriber, or if you come by the Welcome Center and pick up a Thursday paper, just find Denton Time and you'll find information about all, like the pools, the spray ground, swim lessons, all that good stuff.
Gotta love it. Guys, check it all out at dentonrc.com. That is your resource for all things local events going on, which is super, super cool. All right, everybody, thank you very much for tuning in. We are always here every Monday with the writers from the Denton Record-Chronicle at 2 o'clock. Next week, we will be with Brett Vito yet again talking about Denton sports. And again, stay tuned to dentonrc.com to stay up to date on just about everything that's going on. Thanks very much for tuning in, everybody. We're going to jump back into the music. We'll see you in a bit. Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicOfDenton.com.